Ahoy, my friends, Ryder here, and welcome back to another Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis video. As promised, guys, I did go back into the new dungeon ranking event, and I have tried to come up with a way that is going to give you a guaranteed way to get in the top 50. That's right, guys, and not only that, but I'm going to do it with a team with a score or a combat power of only 246,000. I do want to give a special shout out and thank you to a friend in the Discord, Asgaroth. He's a free-to-play player who came up with this strategy, or at least I guess a few people have used it, but he showed me his build for this and how he is currently, I think, in the top teens for his run right now, just to show you guys that free-to-play players can be super strong in the game if you play well. That being said, let's get into it. I'm going to show you guys the build, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how I'm running through this dungeon right now. As you guys can see, my rank is 27. I have a high score of 2.9 million. And as this is the case with all of the videos I normally do, I've only actually run this one time, so this is not a perfectly min-maxed clear. You guys are going to have to tweak it to your own individual teams, etc., and then kind of come up with the best way, you know, which items you can get rid of here and there, which ones you have to use to get the best score possible. But normally these scores are tweakable by about 100,000 points, sometimes more. Alright guys, so this is going to be my team going into the event. I'm guessing at this point in time, if you are here, you're already familiar with the bosses and how they're going to work. I am going to show you guys my pathing really quick, but I'm not going to go over the actual bosses themselves since I'm pretty sure everyone is going to be acquainted with them at this point. Alright, so we're going to start off here. Of course, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take out the Sahagin Prince. The moment we take out the Sahagin Prince, I'm going to come up here, grab this chest, then I'm going to immediately use a fire cocktail on Zack. Like I said before, this is a trick you can use because if you fight a group of adds and you've used a fire cocktail on a character, or any elemental cocktail at that, it's not going to wear off after the fight against the adds. It will stay on until you complete a boss fight. So we'll come up here, grab the second chest, beat these adds right here. Then we will come down here. We're going to take on the Galum Balor. So basically the exact same strategy as my last video before. All right, so after taking on the Galum Balor, we'll grab this chest. I'm going to take out this set of mobs right here. Probably cast a cottage just because I want my HP to be full. I'm also going to fire cocktail before I take out these adds, and then we're going to go down here and we're going to take on the Galum Balor Arcana. Alright, so when we take on the Galum Balor Arcana, the same strategy fits here. We are going to be taking it out before its first major attack. I do not mean the one that starts the battle, I mean the one that he's charging up right at the beginning. Alright? We are going to take the 40% score boost from the Sahagin Prince, and we are going to take the 40% score boost from the Galum Balor Arcana. Other than that, we're going to take the magic defense right here, and we are going to take the ice resist right here. Then we are going to end the fight fighting Shiva herself, and hopefully I will beat my score. Alright guys, so that being said, let's get into the team build right here. I am running Sephiroth, Yuffie, and Zack. The power is 246,000. Sephiroth is going to be primarily a full-blown magic DPS, not so much focused on fire. And in his second weapon slot here, I'm going to be bringing the Flame Dragon Blade. This is going to allow him to do an early Imperil, kind of like Cloud's Fire Breach that I was running in my previous top 100 guide. Sephiroth is going to be doing it this time with this weapon right here. Now, let's see here. We could switch this over. I think I'm just going to leave it where it is right now. So yeah, I am going to be bringing the Flame Dragon Blade to do an early Imperil because Yuffie's Boomerang is not at OB6, so she cannot instantly cast to the high tier debuff. So she's going to want someone to hit it to low or mid first so that she can hit it to high in one single cast. All right. Now I'm going to go over the front end of the characters, then the back end as per my usual, and then I'm going to get into the dungeon and show you guys exactly how to beat this. Alright, so I am going to be running Sephiroth's new limit break draw costume. What is this called? Lethal Style. That's what it is. He is going to be running Crimson Flare. All right, so he's going to be getting the fire potential buff for the team. We are running the OB6 Protector's Blade, very handy in this fight, and the important Flame Dragon's Blade right here. Over here on Yuffie, she's going to be our primary buffer and imperiler. I did switch her off of Bahamut to Clear Tranquil just to give us a little bit of healing, and also it's going to boost the physical magic attack of the party, which is also going to increase Zac and Sephiroth's damage after the summon, along with increasing the actual damage of the summons themselves. Alright? In her first slot, I'm going to be running the Crystal Cross, which can raise magic attack to high, or actually from mid to high, for both Zac and Sephiroth. So running a full magic team in this dungeon is really kind of the way to go, just because you take less of a hit from the score boost debuffs that you're going to get. All right, obviously in the second slot, we'll be running the Boomerang down here. Okay, and last but not least, we have Zac Fair over here, my frickin' homeboy, the true G himself. All right, he is going to be running the Limit Break Draw costume with Ifrit's Hellfire level 5. We are going to be running the Stream Guard. I took it from level 90 to 110 just so I could hit a little bit more fire potency and hit that, I think, level 5 fire potency in the back end. And I'm also going to be running the Arc Sword right here, which can break magic defense immediately to high right here. Okay, which is going to be important for doing extra damage to Shiva at the end of the fight. Now, if we jump into each character's individual build right here, Sephiroth will be sitting at 81,000 power, 6.7k HP, 3.6k magic attack, 100 defense, but 158 magic defense. So super defensive right here. His R abilities are going to be as shown right here, with magic attack right here, attack, boost ability potency, boost magic ability potency, and the magic ability mastery being the important ones, along with HP right here. His sub-equipments are going to be the Igneous Saber for the magic attack, magic defense, the Kuja's Spirit Blade for the, what is it right here, magic attack and boost ability potency, and last but not least, the Heavy Hauser right here for a little bit of extra DPS. So Sephiroth is a full focused magic DPS here, guys. Alright, going over to Yuffie, she is sitting here at 69k power, 6.5k HP, 3.2k magic attack, so she's still super focused on magical attack, 134 physical defense, and 106 magic defense. In the back end, her stats are going to be focused on magic attack right here, a little bit of healing, fire potency, boost ability potency, and very importantly, buff debuff extension. So I wanted to get this at least to 15 so it has an effect duration of 80%, essentially doubling the time the Imperil lasts, which doesn't sound like much, but really it does in these dungeons make a whole bunch of a difference, guys. Alright, so her sub-weapons here are going to be the Centipede for the boost healing and boost buff debuff extension. We are going to be running the Egg Collar, which boosts magic attack and fire potency, and last but not least, the Holiday Cheer, which boosts magic attack and physical defense right here. Alright, other than that, guys, we just have Zac right here. He is our primary DPS of the entire stage, so let's get into his build. He's going to be sitting at 95k power, 5.7k HP, a whopping 4.5k magic attack, so super strong here on Zac, 120 physical defense and 107 magic defense. His R abilities are as shown here, alright, and here for you guys to check out. Hope my camera is not covering it for you guys, but the most important ones are magic attack and fire potency. First and foremost, guys, these are what you are building your primary main DPS to do. I don't really mind that he has lower HP. We have items, we can take care of him. His sub-equipments are going to be the Sun Umbrella at OB10. We're going to have the Flame Projector at OB6. And lastly, the Carrot Sword at OB13, which boosts magic and fire potency. Alright guys, well that is going to conclude my build. That being said, let's get into the dungeon. Alright guys, I'm not going to lie, I was pretty excited when I found that this team, which is about 30,000 power less than my top 100 guide team, is actually doing better. So it just goes to show that combat power is not everything. Alright, so we're just going to run straight into this fight against the Sahagin Prince. The goal is to beat him before he lands his jump, but for me, it is a little bit tricky. All right, so let's see here. All right, so at the beginning of the fight, we're going to jump over to Sephiroth. Sephiroth is going to break the fire and peril. Yuffie is going to Flurry of Steel, and Zack is going to Igniting Stream right here. I'm going to stay on Zack and get him to cast it twice. All right, Sephiroth once, and then hopefully we get this guy dead. Yes, there we go. As you guys can see, it was right on the line right there for that guy. For me, it's totally hit or miss if I kill him before the jump or not, but it definitely helps overall if you can. All right, so here we are, 68,000 points right there. We are well on our way to breaking my score record. Hopefully we do. All right, so here's the Sahagin Prince. All right, now for the trance ability right here, we're going to take the score boost plus 40% right here. All right, that's what we're going to do. After that, we're going to run up here. We're going to take this chest. Same strategy as before, guys. Not much is changing at all. I'm going to drop a fire cocktail immediately on Zack, and we're going to run up here and take out the first set of ads. Alrighty, here we go. Let's fucking go. Alright, so let's take out these ads. While fighting these ads, guys, I am not going to be just blasting Sephiroth's Protector's Blade. What I want to be doing here is getting up their limit breaks. Alright, so I'm going to be casting, you know, different things here and there. One Fyra on Yuffie. I'm only going to be casting Sephiroth's Defyra Surge. I'm not going to be casting his limit break or his Protector's Blade ability at all, just because I definitely want to get up their limit breaks here. Alright, so here we go. Just make sure you kill that guy before he gets off his plunge, and you should be good. As long as you're not taking any crazy amounts of damage, you're going to be fine. I know that the first inclination is just to wreck the frickin' soldiers with Protector's Blade, but trust me when I say you want to get the limit breaks up here with these characters. Alright, so we still have the Fire Cocktail on Zack. Good to go. For the Galambalor, we're just going to run in. Same thing's going to be as before, guys. We're going to block at the very beginning, switch to Sephiroth. He's going to Imperil. Yuffie's going to follow with the high Imperil. Alright, then we're going to beat this guy while he's in his stun lock phase and before he gets the chance to really damage us. Ah, crap. Oh, we did get it. Alright, good. Sometimes it's a little laggy on that, actually, which is a little annoying. Alright, there we go. Defyra Surge. Okay, switching over to Yuffie. She did cast right there, but we should be okay. Alright, getting another attack in with Zack. Sephiroth is going to Protector's Blow. And here we go. Killing shot with Yuffie right there. Boom. Alright, so there's the Galambalor. Those first two fights are not too bad. Honestly, none of these fights are going to be super terrible. Even Shiva's not going to be that big of a problem, even though we're going to have an 80% score boost. So let's just see how it goes. 67,000. Not bad at all, guys. Hopefully this is going to get you guys in the top 50 if you can pull off this run with these characters. Alright, so for the trance ability, second one, we're going to take this one over here on the left. Enhanced total defense, magic defense, healing potency. Alright, we're going to run down here, grab this chest. The next thing I am going to do is drop another fire cocktail on Zack. Alright, here we go. And from there, I think that I will drop a cottage as well. Alright? Just because I don't want any problems and I know I'm going to need it for the Galambalor. So we're going to run up here. We're going to fight these ads really quick. Same thing. Don't go crazy with Sephiroth's Protector's Blade. You just want to be getting up their ATB without taking too much damage here, alright? So I'm going to be using Defyra Surge. Zack is just going to be doing his thing over here. Alright, Yuffie again. Here we go. Sephiroth again. Here we go. And it looks like we're basically there on the limit breaks right now. Alright, I'm going to let everyone do their thing. Everyone's limit breaks are up. We are good to go. Yuffie is practically there, so I'm not too worried about it whatsoever. Alright, here we go. Okay, after that, we're going to run down here. The Galambalor Arcana is next. I've heard of people taking him fourth. I feel like that would be more difficult, personally. Alright, so we already have a fire cocktail on Zack. Our HP is good because we used the cottage. In this fight, essentially, I typically will use Clear Tranquil and Hellfire in this fight just to make sure we kill the Gallon Balor. But we'll see how it goes right here. If you look at their ATBs, Sephiroth is good to debuff, Yuffie will be there, and Zac is not far behind. So that's actually pretty solid setup right off the bat. Yuffie not having too much at the beginning is good. It will keep her from healing. Alright, so here we go. Right off the bat, I'm going to switch to Sephiroth. You want to hold off on switching to the defensive stance just a little bit at the beginning of this fight, right about now, because he lags just a little bit more than the Gallon Balor at the beginning. Alright, here we go. Alright, well, it still didn't stop Yuffie from casting that ability. Alright, so I will have to use Clear Tranquil in this fight just because she did that cast. We lost some time right there. Okay, but other than that, Zac and Sephiroth are just going crazy right here on their damage. Alright, there we go. And we are going to boom, drop Clear Tranquil and Hellfire right here. Now this is one of those things where it comes to mint maxing right here. You may not have to use Clear Tranquil right here, which will make the next fight easier. Right? So this is just one of those things where you're going to have to experiment with it, guys, and see what you actually need to do in order to get the best run possible. Alright? So there you go. It doesn't really look like I needed it there. I probably could have gone without it, but it is what it is. I like to play it safe, especially in these videos for you guys. This is a top 50 guide. In all reality, there's no difference between top 50 and top 100, except for the fact that it solidifies you in the top 100. All right, so there's no real need to get an extra 30,000 here and there unless you are going for the top 10, which is something I want to do one day. All right, so here we are going to take our second score boost, the 40% right here. Now we are really debuffed, guys, all right? After that, we're going to go back here, take the Mega Elixir, and now we're going to go prepare to take out this set of dudes right here. What we are going to do in order to prepare for this fight is drop a Fire Cocktail on Zac, and then we are going to use 2 Summon Cocktails on him. Alright? The idea at the beginning of this fight is to fully debuff the first soldier with Sephiroth and Yuffie, then drop Hellfire, and then follow up by quickly taking out the rest of the soldiers there. Alright, so I'm going to jump over to Sephiroth. He's going to defire a Surge. Alright, we are going to get the Flurry Steel right here. And then I am going to drop Hellfire right before that Fog right there, because that Fog is going to be pretty annoying. Alright, so here we go. We should be pretty solid right there, taking down the first one, or almost taking him down. Going to switch over to Zac, and then use Sephiroth's Protector's Blade right here. Other than that, we're looking pretty good on everything right now, guys. I'm going to Igniting Stream. Oh, actually, I could have used the Crimson Flare right there. So I made a mistake right here, guys. You're going to Mega Elixir after this fight, so there's no reason to save the Crimson Flare. I should have used it right off the bat, so just keep that in mind that you can do that. I used it now. It is what it is. All right, here we go. And now we are just going to be focused on the last guy right here. Alright, so we will take a bit of a score hit right here just because we missed the whole summons together. But it is what it is. You make mistakes here and there, right? Alright, other than that, there we go. And we should be set right here, guys. Boom. Okay, so more or less, you could definitely improve that aspect of the run, but I think overall the score is still going to be pretty solid here. Alright, so let's see here. Yeah, so 65,000, not bad at all. Alright, so perfect. Basically, hitting 65,000 plus on the first 4 bosses is exactly where you want to be. Alright, now here we are going to definitely take the Ice Resist / Fog Resist right here, alright? We're going to run over here, and Shiva is the only thing standing in our way from getting that score, guys. And now we are going to fucking lay down on her. Let's go, alright? So before we go into this fight, I am going to drop a Fire Cocktail on Zac, 1 on Yuffie, and I think 1 on Sephiroth, even though he probably doesn't need it. I'm going to drop 3 Wisdom Jellies. This is important, guys, since we're running a DPS team right now and we're severely debuffed, right? Drop those Wisdom Jellies, and last but not least, drop that Mega Elixir. All ATBs at max. in this fight, we are going to basically start out by doing our exact same process. The goal is to get her fully debuffed and us fully buffed before she gets off Diamond Dust, and then just throw down. All right, so at the beginning of the fight, I'm going to switch over to Sephiroth. Same thing as before. All right, switch over to Sephiroth, switch over to Yuffie, switch over to Zac. He's going to Homing Blast. All right, after that, Sephiroth, Protector's Blow. Yuffie's going to Stalwart Faith. All right, Zac is going to get off one more hit right here. Yuffie will get off one more Stalwart Faith. And then, boom, we're going to clear Tranquil, Crimson Flare, and Hellfire here. This is going to get us started off. It should get Shiva to roughly half health. We're going to tank the Diamond Dust right there, and then we're going to win the fight and take it home, guys. Let's fucking go. All right, so here comes the Crimson Flare. I like these summons, so I'm going to watch them, guys, especially at the final fight of the dungeon. Okay, so here comes Hellfire. Yeah, she's definitely tanky, guys. Our fire potential is definitely debuffed right now. We are looking lower for sure. All right, so we did as much damage as we could. Not even got her to half. We're going to switch over and block this first attack, which is going to be Diamond Dust. And then after this, we're just going to roll straight into damage, guys. We're just going to do as much damage as we can, as fast as we can do it. All right, so there we go. With Yuffie, we are just going to focus on damage as much as we can here, guys, and just roll it out. All right, I'm going to do one Fyra. All right, it looks like two. I want to make sure that your Imperil does not wear off. It's super important that you keep it up at all times. All right, she's going to start casting Heavenly Strike. All right, I'm going to switch over to Yuffie and prepare for it. Okay, there we go. It normally hits Sephiroth. Yeah, it's going to hit Sephiroth. All right, he should survive. Perfect. And now at this point, guys, we're just going to go full-blown damage. Nothing else to do except kill her. She's going to take a little bit of a stun. And this is exactly what you want right now, is to have her die in this part of the fight. Yuffie's going to take that Imperil back to high. And now we are just going to be focusing as much damage as we can do, guys. Zac is going to get off one more hit right here. All right, Sephiroth one as well, and Yuffie is going to follow it up with the Fyras. We should be looking pretty solid. Maybe one more hit right here, and I think we got it in the bag. All right, guys, so that is going to be the fight. Honestly, the dungeon with this setup, even with an 80% score boost, guys, 80%, is really not that terrible. It looks like I did just unlock Landscaper as well, and a total final clear score on the last boss of 122,000. So I am curious if I did beat my score last time. Let's see. I think I got 2,130,000 last time, something like that. So that would be cool to beat it. All right, but like I said, guys, this can definitely be improved. 2,148,000. Hell yeah. So even with some little mistakes here and there, I still beat my score. So like I said, I think that this run can definitely get you upwards of 2.2 million on the single very hard run, guys. It is going to work really well, and I guarantee you this is going to solidify your place in the top 100 for all those super awesome rewards. That being said, if you guys have any questions about this build or anything at all, don't be shy. Always ask them in the comments and I will answer them as best as I can. If I cannot answer them in the comments and I need to see screenshots of your team, I do recommend coming to join our Discord. It's called the Curseborn Discord. There is a link in the description of all my videos. We have a great amount of players in there, from day one free-to-play, day one Steam, day one SEA players, free-to-play minnows, whales, dolphins, krakens, you name it. All kinds of awesome people collaborating together to create a better Ever Crisis experience. So come join the Discord, and you'll also have a slot in the guilds when those drop in the game. That being said, if this video was helpful to you guys today, if you thought it was fun, if it's getting you in that top 100, don't forget to drop a like or say thanks in the comments or whatever you want to say. Drop a little fire emoji or whatever it is. And yeah, all right, guys. That's going to conclude the video for the day. I wish you guys the best of luck out there taking down Shiva in the Mythril Mine Dungeon Ranking event. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care and peace.